What's good? What's good? And welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, my name is James. I'm a director, photographer, editor, and I own and manage my own photo studio. And I kind of wanted to have just like a chill drive, yap, chat session with you guys, and just kind of like not necessarily vent, but kind of just express what's been on my mind and kind of what I am feeling and thinking of as a creative these days. And it got me thinking earlier. One, I'll preface by saying I'm not one to ever complain or stress or be depressed or anything like that. This is just something that I feel, heavy on my heart to talk about, because I feel like a lot of other people will resonate with it and also maybe going through. And that is the stress or the complexity of being a creative or a creator or being a creative entrepreneur. Like I said in the intro, I'm a director, photographer, and I am also a owner of a studio, and I manage my own studio. And there are so many layers and factors these days when it comes to being a creative, and I think that a lot of us can kind of get stressed out or bogged down by it all. And I know for me that has definitely been the case as of lately, over the past few months. I'll say like with my studio is a place where, one, I create. I take my business there. I take some of my clients there to do work, to do content creation, photo shoots, videos, stuff that I get hired to do. But it's also a place where I create, just for the sake of creating for myself. I want to just create art for myself, create art for my fiance. It's a place where I want to get creative. That's an outlet that I can utilize, not only for my business, but just as a creative outlet. But it's also a place that I rent out to other individuals, other productions, other photographers, directors, other creatives, people that need a place to create. That place is also there for them. But once I open the floodgates in that capacity for it being a creative space for others, it's actually another business. It's also another job for me. Let me put this thing in autopilot. It's also another job for me to do, because it's something that I need to manage. It's something that I need to make sure is on the up and up and continue to run in an effective way. For instance, it's a place, it's another thing that I have to make sure is clean. It's always good for other people. It's also a thing, it's also a place that, I need to manage on the back end, all the taxes, all the logistics, bookings in and out, people coming in and out of the studio, making sure things are updated on our website, on our Instagram, answering DMs and emails, all of that. And that's only for the studio. That's not even counting my own personal productions when I'm getting hired and I'm getting booked out as a director, as a photographer, sometimes as an editor. Those things start to add up. And then that's also on top of building a personal brand. And I'm saying all of this because they all intertwine, where one success kind of depends on the other. Like, I feel like in order for my career as a photographer and a director to continue to flourish and to move, I also need to establish my personal brand. Because coming up, you could just have a website, you could be a photographer and get booked. And I feel like that's not necessarily the case anymore, because brands and companies necessarily just don't go off of portfolios anymore. They kind of go off of you as an entity, you as a person, what is their personal branding, like who are we hiring? And I feel like those two things go hand in hand. Now in my case, I feel like I need to do that, but I'm also running a full-fledged business on top of it. um, I'm blessed enough to, for it to all kind of be in the same language as far as like creativity. But man, I tell you, it's stressful because sometimes, when the months are rough in one business, it takes away time from the other thing, where I may be motivated and wanting to create for my personal brand, but I can't do that because I need to make sure that the studio's good, or I need to make sure that I'm making money personally, doing productions, because I need finances in my personal life. And it's just a lot because from the outside looking in, people just see, oh, brand deals, and not just speaking about myself, but as creators in general, they just see brand deals, they see trips. Like I even just shot a brand deal for PGY Tech earlier this morning, and I'm so grateful and thankful for those opportunities. I think those opportunities are definitely a blessing, something I've always wanted, and I continue to want, and I want to do more of them. But yeah, it gets stressful at times when you kind of just have to play the leveling game, like which one kind of matters more right now, and which one gets my attention right now. And that can be very stressful, and it can be kind of discouraging and annoying because it's like a rat race that kind of never ends. And obviously I can continue to work hard and push and try to make certain things grow, but it's kind of fighting like an uphill battle. And I think that's just where I've been mentally as a creative person. And it's just gotten me thinking, like, what things do I need to allocate, or where do I need to allocate my time better? What things need to kind of be put on the back burner? What things need to be pushed to the forefront? And I really want to go hard on my personal branding because I feel like that will help in the production space. But I also feel like having my own studio helps my production. So they all talk to each other, and it's something that I'm really struggling with. But I know that I'm not the only one that's going through certain things like this. And this is just more of, like I said, more of like a yap, something that I just wanted to just put out there, as a note to myself, but also as like a open floor format, for other individuals that may be in this situation. Like, how do you guys cope with this? What are you guys doing? What is your situation? I would love to hear, and I would love to open up the floor for a discussion, for us to talk either in the comments, or I have my Instagram down below, for us just to speak on this. And I know that, like I said, I know a lot of creatives are going through it and they may not talk about it. I know for me, I put my head down and I just try to grind it. I just try to get through it, and I just try to do it. That's how I was raised. That's kind of just my mentality. But I also feel like it's good for us to talk about it and, express ourselves with other creative people. So that's where my heart is. That's where my mind is right now. And I would love to hear your thoughts, where your mind is with this, and if you guys are also going through something similar, if not the same thing. So like I said, you guys can start a conversation down in the comments below, and yeah, I would love to hear from you guys. Until next time, guys, I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.